Welcome. You're watching LawHelp Australia, where we keep you informed and safe with legal tips and updates. I'm Dinesh Weerakkody. Today in the program we discuss family violence. Can we stop family violence through legal intervention, and if so, how do you do it?
Look, I think it's very ambitious to say that family violence will stop purely because of intervention orders. The interesting issue is that, in my case anyway, from the perspective of having appeared for many respondents in intervention orders, that is the so-called the perpetrators in this context, very often the applicant, that is let's say the woman seeking the order, wants the family violence to stop. But
and how does that happen? How does the intervention order comes to being?
Well, it can either be applied for by the police or it can be applied for by the individual concerned themselves.
What's most common? How does that happen? Is it police initiated mostly? Or?
I think the most common is the civil initiated ones, that is those initiated by the individuals themselves.
I see, right.
The police. I think there are 34,000 intervention orders issued last year.
By the police?
No, throughout the state, and
right.
I think probably approximately 55% police were the complainants in those.
So half sort of.
Yeah.
Right. So Andy, when an intervention, what is an intervention order? What does it do actually?
Well, an intervention order seeks to protect the applicant from family violence.
How does it protect the applicant?
It protects the applicant by giving a fair warning to the alleged perpetrator not to do certain things that the intervention order says they should not do. So this is typically covered by the term family violence, and I think you've covered some of these terms before: the economic abuse, the physical abuse, all of that. And it acts as a sort of sword of Damocles. It hangs over the head of the alleged perpetrator, and acts as a warning for them not to either commit or recommit those.
So it's a court order.
It is a court order.
Either through police initiative or through the person who suffers that initiate that. It goes to courts?
It's a court order either way.
Right.
It doesn't matter who initiates it. The court makes the order,
right.
And then it applies to the so-called perpetrator.
And my observation is that often, after the police have assisted the woman, they usually link them to a refuge worker or a social worker, and then they will arrange for them to go to a GP to actually get a referral to a psychologist. And by the time when women come and talk to me, I will actually give them a safe space to talk through, their thinking and feelings, and helping them work out what they want to do with the intervention order. And often, one of my observation is that women are often very happy that the law is there to protect them, although they may not necessarily want to go ahead and implement the order. And this is
this is a very interesting point.
Yes.
And this is where they also go to their Buddhist monk to get some help to work out what they want to do.
The so-called implementation part that Khai is referring to, I come across a lot as well. That is to say, they want the family violence to stop, but they don't necessarily want to exclude the so-called perpetrator, who is usually the husband. Let's take that as an example. And I remember Peter talking about risk assessments before. How does Victoria Police assess whether or not to take out the exclusion condition from an intervention order when a family says they want to stick together, they want the family violence to stop?
Well, that's a really good question. And for every incident that we attend, we do a risk assessment, and that's composed of some different elements, such as how long has the violence been going on, the nature of the violence, not only at the current incident, but the behaviours. A very important element is the risk indicators. These are internationally defined indicators, some of them high risk, like a pregnancy, new birth is a high risk, escalation, pet abuse, and the perpetrator having a violent past. And it's through an assessment, also fear levels, how fearful the woman is to what's happened to her. So and we don't just look at what's happened today, but we look at the behaviours more generally. Then we decide what's the most appropriate. We have a code of practice which is made up of investigating crime, of keeping the family secure with the intervention order and referring. They're the three key components to the intervention order. That's what we do. And we, even if it's the intervention might be an interim thing where we might attend, and through a family violence safety notice, we will issue a safety notice. It doesn't mean that the man doesn't love his children. He might but at that point of time, we've intervened on behalf of the court, and we can actually, there and then in the home, we can actually have the perpetrator removed if necessary. The beauty of this is it's not a criminal offence. And so it's just trying to make everybody safe.
Thank you, panel members. Thank you, Khai, Andy and Peter. Special thanks should go to Inspector Ian Geddes of Victoria Police, Media Division, former Judge of the International Court of Justice, Professor Weeramantry, and President of Eastern Suburbs Law Association, Zubair, Mian. For more information, you can go to www.lawhelpaustralia.org. Thank you.